There are moments in global markets when everything seems normal on the surface, until suddenly the screens freeze, orders stop flowing, prices stop moving, and a message appears that instantly captures the attention of traders across the world: trading halted. Now imagine waking up to news that one of the largest financial powers on earth has just suspended silver trading under emergency conditions. No warning, no gradual slowdown, just a sudden pause in one of the most important commodities in the global financial system. When something like this happens, it's rarely just about the metal itself. It's about the message behind the pause, the signal it sends to markets, and the deeper forces quietly reshaping the financial landscape. The title, Trading Halted, China's Emergency Silver Suspension Signals What's Coming Next, isn't just dramatic language. It points to something that market observers understand very well. When a major economy like China pauses trading in a strategic commodity like silver, the decision often reflects deeper pressures building beneath the surface. These types of actions don't happen in calm environments. They tend to appear when volatility rises, when liquidity tightens, or when policymakers believe a pause is necessary to stabilize market behavior. And that is exactly why moments like this deserve careful attention. Not panic, but attention. Silver is not just another commodity sitting quietly on a chart. For centuries, it has held a unique place at the intersection of industry, technology, and monetary history. From electronics and solar panels to its long-standing role as a store of value, silver sits at a crossroads between the physical economy and financial speculation. When trading in such a market is suddenly suspended, it naturally raises questions. What pressures were building before the halt? What signals were policymakers seeing that the public could not? And perhaps most importantly, what does this moment reveal about the broader structure of global markets? Across history, trading halts have served one primary purpose: to give markets time to breathe. When price movements become too rapid, when liquidity becomes strained, or when unexpected shocks enter the system, exchanges sometimes press the pause button. Think of it like a circuit breaker in a house. The electricity doesn't disappear permanently. The system simply pauses to prevent damage from overload. Financial markets operate on a similar principle. The goal is stability, not suppression. Yet when such halts occur in large economies, they often capture global attention because markets today are deeply interconnected. A policy decision in one region can ripple across continents within minutes. Traders in New York, London, Singapore, and Dubai all watch the same screens. Capital flows across borders faster than ever before. And in an environment like this, even a temporary halt in a key market can spark discussion about what forces might be gathering beneath the calm surface of price charts. One important lesson that experienced market observers learn over time is that price movements are only one part of the story. The real signals often appear in the structure of the market itself: liquidity levels, trading volumes, policy decisions, and regulatory actions. When authorities intervene with an emergency suspension, they are effectively acknowledging that something unusual is happening in the system. That acknowledgement alone can become an important signal. History offers many examples where moments of pause revealed deeper transitions underway. Financial systems evolve over time, sometimes slowly and sometimes suddenly. Periods of stability can last for years, giving the impression that the system is permanently balanced. Then a disruption appears, a liquidity crunch, a supply shock, or a policy shift, and suddenly markets begin reevaluating assumptions that once seemed unshakable. This is where silver becomes particularly interesting in global discussions. Unlike purely financial assets, silver lives in both the industrial world and the investment world. When demand rises in technology sectors, the metal can feel pressure from manufacturing demand. When financial uncertainty grows, attention often shifts toward tangible assets that have historically been associated with stability. These dual forces can sometimes create powerful dynamics inside the market. Imagine the silver market as a bridge connecting two large economic worlds. On one side stands the modern industrial economy, filled with factories, renewable energy projects, and advanced electronics. On the other side stands the financial system, where investors analyze risk, currency stability, and global liquidity conditions. Silver sits right in the middle of that bridge. So when trading suddenly halts in a major marketplace, observers naturally begin asking which side of that bridge is experiencing stress. Another fascinating element in moments like this is psychology. Markets are driven not only by numbers, but also by human perception. When participants see a sudden pause, they begin analyzing what might have triggered it. Some interpret it as a sign of excessive volatility. Others see it as a signal of growing demand pressures. Still others interpret it as a protective measure by regulators who want to ensure orderly market function. What matters most is not jumping to conclusions, but learning how to interpret signals with patience and clarity. The most successful observers of markets are rarely the loudest voices reacting to headlines. Instead, they are the ones quietly asking better questions. What structural factors might be influencing supply? What policy goals might regulators be pursuing? What global trends could be shaping demand in the years ahead? Another insight that moments like this reveal is how important awareness has become in the modern financial era. Information moves instantly across digital networks, but understanding often moves more slowly. Headlines can trigger emotional reactions, yet thoughtful analysis requires stepping back and viewing the bigger picture. The world's financial system is incredibly complex, and single events rarely exist in isolation. Consider the broader global environment in which metals like silver operate. Energy transitions are reshaping industrial demand. Technological innovation continues accelerating the need for advanced materials. Monetary policies across the world remain a subject of constant debate, and geopolitical shifts continue influencing trade flows and resource strategies. In that environment, even a brief trading halt can become a focal point for discussions about the future direction of markets. There is also a deeper mindset lesson hidden inside events like this. Financial awareness is not about predicting every short-term move. It is about understanding systems. It is about recognizing patterns in how markets behave under stress. And it is about staying curious enough to study the forces that shape global economic cycles. Think of markets as an ocean. Most days the water appears calm, with waves moving gently across the surface. But beneath that calm surface, powerful currents are always shifting. When storms appear, the waves become visible signals of deeper movement happening below. Trading halts can sometimes serve as those visible waves, moments when the system briefly reveals that stronger currents may be forming underneath. For viewers trying to understand events like China's emergency silver suspension, the most valuable approach is education and perspective. Instead of reacting emotionally to headlines, focus on understanding how markets operate. Study the role of commodities in the global economy. Learn how exchanges manage volatility. Explore the relationship between industrial demand, monetary conditions, and resource supply chains. Another helpful strategy is learning to observe patterns over time. Markets often move through cycles of expansion, stabilization, and adjustment. Events that appear sudden are often the result of pressures that have been building gradually. By studying historical patterns, viewers can develop a clearer framework for interpreting what they see in today's headlines. It is also important to remember that financial markets are adaptive systems. When disruptions occur, institutions respond. Regulators introduce new policies. Exchanges adjust rules. Participants change strategies. Over time, the system evolves to accommodate new realities. This constant process of adaptation is one of the reasons markets have endured for centuries, despite countless crises, wars, technological revolutions, and economic transformations. Another fascinating perspective involves the role of transparency. In the digital age, information about commodities, exchanges, and policies travels faster than ever before. Analysts, economists, and independent researchers constantly share insights across global platforms. This means that events like trading suspensions are analyzed from dozens of angles within hours. For viewers and observers, this creates a unique opportunity to learn from multiple perspectives, rather than relying on a single narrative. The key is approaching these discussions with intellectual curiosity, rather than fear. Financial awareness is not about predicting disasters. It is about understanding how systems behave during moments of stress and transition. The more you study these patterns, the clearer the bigger picture becomes. And perhaps the most powerful takeaway from moments like this is the reminder that markets are dynamic reflections of human activity. Every chart, every price movement, every trading halt represents millions of decisions made by individuals, institutions, and governments navigating an incredibly complex economic landscape. So when headlines announce that trading has been halted in a major silver market, it is not simply a pause in a commodity exchange. It is a signal inviting observers to look deeper into the evolving story of global finance, industrial demand, policy decisions, and economic psychology. Events like this remind us that the financial world is constantly evolving. Systems adjust, markets adapt, new opportunities for understanding emerge, and for those who choose to observe carefully, each moment becomes a lesson in how the global economy continues to transform in real time. As we move forward, conversations around silver, commodities, and global markets will likely continue expanding. Each headline becomes another piece of the puzzle. Each policy decision adds another layer of context, and each observer who chooses to study these developments becomes more informed about the forces shaping our financial future. If this discussion helped you see the bigger picture behind headlines like "Trading Halted, China's Emergency Silver Suspension Signals What's Coming Next," then consider staying connected with this channel. Share your thoughts in the comments, because thoughtful discussions help everyone understand these complex topics more clearly. And if you enjoy exploring the deeper mechanics of global markets, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more conversations that break down the signals shaping tomorrow's financial world.